Hey everybody, it's April here, beautybossmama.com. Wanted to come on really quick. This is kind of aimed at existing reps or folks even that maybe were thinking about becoming representatives. I wanted to talk to you about the notorious summer selling slump in just a couple of ways, simple ways that you can avoid that and actually increase your sales and your customer base this time of year. We have a couple of things that nobody else has, so we need to use this to our advantage and totally leverage that to really get yourself out there and keep your business afloat, if not flourishing this time of year. Couple things I want to touch on really quick first though, and this is easy to overlook, and I'm not trying to pick at anybody, but certainly some things that we need to look at ourselves for. I always hear folks talk about how the customers are on vacation or they can't reach anybody or it's hard to find people. I know that a lot of representatives are going on vacation, things like that. The one thing I will say is most people don't go on vacation for the whole summer. A few may relocate. We have our snowbirds that go down. They move around a little bit, so they might be going up to where it's a little bit cooler this time of year and vice versa. But most people are not vacationing for the whole summer. And even if they are, hopefully, if you're a good representative and you're having good conversations with your customers, this is something that you would know in advance, and that way you can make plans for them to either order from your e-store, or maybe you've already helped them and gotten everything they're going to need to get them through the summer. But for the majority of customers, they may be going on vacation for a week or two here and there, but for the most part they're going to be there, so you can plan ahead and make sure that they have all the items they need before they leave. And for those of you that you're going on vacation, it's totally fine. Everybody deserves a vacation, but plan ahead. Every year before I go on vacation, I make sure that I've communicated that to my customers, and I place my order for that campaign early so that I can get it in, get it delivered, and not have to worry about it by the time I'm actually leaving for my vacation, and I know that everybody's been taken care of. So that's a few little tips about time management. Just, don't assume it's going to be bad because it's summer. Make some changes, look at your schedule, look at the things that you have going on, and find a way to work around them. There's always a way to work around your own schedule. That's the beauty of this business, is you build it around your life, your schedule, okay? So, definitely take a look at the time management aspect on your own end. And then that way that aspect won't even be an issue. You don't have to think about it, okay? So, but the two things that we have at our disposal that nobody else has, so we can leverage this to find new customers and actually increase our sales this time of year, is going to be our Skin So Soft and our Bug Guard line. So this right here is my favorite, but I'll talk about the Skin So Soft first. This is not a bug repellent by trade. We don't market it that way. This is strictly a bath oil, but I have tons and tons of people who chase me down or calling and messaging. I have friends asking me if I can contact their friends because they were looking for this. So I've already sold a ton of this stuff, and it's like just now really kicking off the summertime. So this is something that everybody knows about, and it's a bath oil, so it's safe for infants. You can put it on dogs. I dip my dogs in this. So it's a really great product that you can market to anybody. And it's safe for everybody, and it's well known. So, use that to your advantage. Don't even have to tell people that you're a rep. Don't even have to show them a brochure. Ask them if they're good with their Skin So Soft for the summer and just see what happens there. You might be surprised. So definitely, start thinking of ways that you can have discussions with people about this. And don't leave out your existing customers. They need these items too. But this is a great tool to help you expand your customer base and increase your sales this time of year. So this one right here is my favorite. This is the Bug Guard, the Skin So Soft Bug Guard Expedition. We also have the Skin So Soft Picardin with towelettes as well. The towelettes, my husband loves them. They're convenient and easy. So those are really great. People love them. I like the aerosol. The Expedition has the sunscreen in it. And we also do have the Lotion Expedition that has the sunblock and the Bug Guard, which is great for kids. So for this line, it is an actual insect repellent. It's safe for 6 months and up. All the products are 6 months and up, and it's all DEET free. And that's going to be your keyword right there, because DEET is such a strong chemical, and so many people are really health conscious these days and don't want to put that kind of stuff on their little ones. And I know personally, if you read the back of the products that do have the DEET in them, it does say that when you return indoors, to remove those articles of clothing and wash any skin that was touched by the DEET product. And for me, as a mom of small children, I have a fundamental problem putting something like that on my children, because how long is too long before they wash it off? So I love our Bug Guard line, and I'm very passionate about it because I know that it's safe for the kids, and we've tested it at the lake and the water and everything else, and it definitely works. So it's something that's easy for me to market because I love it and I use it. So these are two things that you can only get from our company. So, you know, educate yourself about them. Educate yourself about the uses of both of them. There is a chart on youravon.com that tells you about the different kinds of Bug Guard that we offer and, you know, what makes them different. And we have sales for it all summer, so definitely use these things to market it. Even if folks are looking for the Skin So Soft, always introduce them to the Bug Guard line, because even though it is a repellent, it is DEET free and it's safe for 6 months and up. So usually people might be interested in that as well, and they may not know about it, especially if they're not overly familiar with our company. One big thing here that's so important is make sure that you're getting a way to follow up with these folks. Like I said, I have people that chase me down the road, and I keep these items with me at all times if I'm driving around. But I try to get a phone number or an email address and their name. That way I can follow up with them and find out when they need a refill, or see if they're interested in purchasing anything else. And always, always give them a brochure. Be sure that you're passing along a business card. And if you get into conversation with them and they may be interested in other items like fragrance or makeup or skincare even, toss some samples in there for them. These are things that help people become interested if they're not familiar with it. I hear all the time that they haven't seen a book in ages, or they didn't know there were reps around, and I've even heard that people say they didn't even know Avon was in business, and I think that that's us not doing our part to really put ourselves out there. So there is no lack of customers, regardless of what they're looking for. So just because they may not be looking for you for makeup doesn't mean they're not going to want to purchase other things. And so just be sure that you're sharing all that you can with them when you're actually making these sales. And be sure that you're asking for referrals. You know, when you're selling these products, be sure you're telling those folks and your existing customers that, you know, referrals are greatly appreciated. Let people know where you got this from so that I can help them get some too. Like I said, I use these products to my advantage every summer, and I don't have the summer selling dip or whatever. So, you know, try this out. See if this can make a little bit of a difference on top of the time management that you're going to look at as well. And hopefully you're going to see an increase in your sales instead of a dip, and also gain yourself some new customers. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. Just try to shoot me a message. Go check out my blog at beautybossmama.com. And if you're interested in making a purchase in these, just shoot me a message. And if you're interested in becoming a representative, then also message me about that, and I'll be happy to help you out. Hope everybody has a great summer, and be sure to share this with your friends if you think it could help. Thanks.